Hey folks, it's Rithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Stappenbach here in Farming Simulator 17. And yes, I know I keep sort of changing that around, but I have some people say that I should say it one way, and I have some people say that I should say it the other way, and quite frankly it just confuses me, because I'm not really sure which way I'm supposed to say it now in order to keep as many people as possible happy. So I just figure that, well, I'll do it both ways, and then I'll upset as many people as possible. So that's probably the best way to do it. So if you try to keep all the people happy all the time, you can't do it. It's not possible. But upsetting everybody every now and then, that's easy. Anybody can do that. So anyway, welcome back to Farming Simulator. We are just going to get this bad boy right here, which I have got in a lovely lime green. I'm going to take that one layer like that, and I'm going to unfold the spout. Now, in theory, once it unfolds, there we go, it goes whizzing back round to the trailer over there. It should line up, and then you need to unfold. Oh yes, of course, the front bits come out. You fold out like that. Then you can start it up, and then I can lower it down. It's not going to have it. Nope. Okay, so for whatever reason, we cannot take anything off the ground from inside the dealership. And that genuinely makes no sense to me whatsoever. I really cannot begin to fathom why we wouldn't be allowed to do that. I really don't get it. Out here, see, I can take that, and I can go right along there, and it'll pick it all up. Load it into the trailer without any problems whatsoever. So, I mean, we can go back up to our yard, and we can do it up there. And there's other places that we can play around with it as well, which we're going to go and do. I'm going to lift that one up there, and take this one here. I don't know how far that will shoot. I don't really want to do it from here. What I was thinking is that we would take this, I mean, we can use some next to the road, and the way we do that is we just come along this way, and, right, it's now decided it's going to stop, so yeah, there we go, now I can move it. So if I move that over like that, there, and I'll lower it down there, like that, and then we should, oh, I think I've got a, yeah, I've got to force unload. You do have to use the tip anywhere function in order for this to work. But it does work. You can then drive around the edges of the road, and it'll just sort of push everything off the sides. I mean, we don't have like a great deal of stuff off the sides here at the moment, but there is some. And this is going to make a bit of a difference. I mean, yeah, in some places it doesn't sort of work very well because it shoots it in the wrong place. Goes like across the roads and that, but generally speaking is pretty good. And I do love the fact that they've made this thing without a collision on the actual spout itself. You do get issues with the roads at times, and it does do some funny things when you're trying to get that to work, but generally speaking it doesn't like cause any major problems. So you just keep running up through, you go, well, you don't want to go like stupid fast, but you can go at a reasonable speed with it. It does depend on where you're going and how much snow or how much of any material is on the ground in front of you. Anyway, while we drive along doing a little bit of this, my weekly question or my monthly question, where do you want to go for our next 4-week stint? Once we finish our 4-week stint here, we're just starting, well, we're just coming to the end of week 2. Where do you want to go next? Where do you want to spend our next 4-week stint? Do you want to stay here on Stappenbach? Or would you rather we move? Now, we could go to Kleinhau, which is another German one, which I've heard high praise for. Apparently it is a really well-built map. It's a lot of fun to play. We've got Dutch Polder, which is a Dutch map, obviously. I mean, clues in the title right there. It's set... for those of you who don't know what Dutch is in the Netherlands and Holland. I mean, I know that the Netherlands and Holland aren't this. I'm never quite sure what it is. One of them includes the other one. I think the Netherlands is part of Holland, is the way I think it works. But yeah, it's right. You're going round that way. I'm actually on the wrong side of the road here, aren't I? Perhaps if I was to do this. Oh no, you've got to do it that way. You can't manually get this one to move forwards when you're using it. You can't manually have the thing pointing in a forwards direction when you're using it, but you can. It will automatically go forwards when you've got a trailer and it's auto-loading into a trailer, but when you're not auto-loading into a trailer, it doesn't like it. So anyway, yeah, Dutch Polder. So I'm never quite sure if Holland is part of the Netherlands or Netherlands is part of Holland. It's one or the other. I'm just never quite sure which way around it is. I think the Netherlands is part of Holland. But anyway, so yeah, we've got that beautiful, flat, very realistically built map there that we could go and have a bit of fun with. We've got, hang on, what's the others? We've got Tuscan Lands, which is one set in Italy. Again, absolutely beautiful map. It looks fantastic. And we've got a little small map, which is Old Slovenian Farm. And I've heard a lot of praise for this one. Apparently it's very well built. This is one by Black Sheep Modding. Again, a really well built map by a group of modders. It is that they've done it in along with somebody else, but we've got a group of modders there who are experienced map creators who have already made previous absolutely wonderful maps, and this is just another wonderful creation from them. So you've got 4 beautiful maps, and also this one here, which we are getting to know very, very well, and this is absolutely fantastic as well. So you're spoiled for choice. You're genuinely spoiled for choice. So it's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Now, I'm going to take this back over this way, and yeah, I've just gone and put a huge, great big heap of stuff in the middle of the road. Probably not the best way to do this. I am curious what would happen if we were to get a pile of snow and tip it in the middle of the road. How high are the cars going to be able to go before they decide that, actually, that's too much, we cannot drive over that? And there's something that I'm not sure about, and there's something that I want to test today. I'm going to go, and we'll go to, I think we'll go out this side, because cars do come into the village from here, and then we can put this to the test. We can find out just how many actually do this, but at the moment we're just doing a little bit of driving up the roads and clearing snow back out of the way. And you can see the pickup zone for this is slightly wider than the actual machine itself, which is really good. It does make it quite easy. And what I don't like about sort of mods like this, I like when they do put it slightly wider than the machine, because obviously with the way that collisions and stuff work in this game, it's very, very difficult to be able to realistically use a machine that has a pickup zone that is exactly the same width as the machine, because it doesn't work quite the same way that it does in real life. So you do end up having some issues where it's like leaving stuff that it wouldn't normally leave. But this does help. This does it beautifully. Right, let's pick that one up. I think we've done enough along here. We've gone driving along the roads for a little while, so we're going to leave that one there. And we're going to bring this up along here. Actually, I'm going to go to here. We're going to start up again. Lower you down there. That's it. You come and park right under my wheels, truck. Right under the wheels. Be as inconvenient as you possibly can. We're going to just drive up along here a little bit and try and clear a little tiny bit of the space back towards the farm. And we may even be able to remove some of the wood chips that are on the road as well, although I don't know if it's going to do that, because I reckon it's going to pick up those wood chips, but it's not got anywhere to tip them out, so it's not going to like it. We're going to get as far as loading, but it's not going to allow us to tip anything out at all. So I want to bring this up through to here. I also wanted to clear some of that, but we'll worry about that later. We'll put that in a trailer. And along here. Now, it's going up into our yard, and this is where it's going to pick up those wood chips. Pretty sure it's just loaded it. Oh no, it's got snow. Oh, it's not letting it blow out. Why is it not letting it blow out? Is it? Ah, now it is. If I slow down, is it gonna... Yeah, it's still working. Right, it's because of the wood chips. It got to the wood chips and then that kind of messed it up a little bit. But this is working. It's blowing the snow in along there. Look, you see it's making a huge, great big heap. I don't want to mess with that too much. What I'd rather do is just lift that one up. And we'll put that one there for a minute. Actually, what I want to do is I want to bring this one back. We're going to go back down to the bottom of the hill. And I want to get the truck along behind the tractor. And then there's something that I want to try. I don't know if we'll be close enough to the trailer in order for it to work. We've got the lorry with the trailer on behind. I don't know if we're going to be able to be close enough to it in order to do what I want to do next. So I'm going to bring that one up to there like that. And it's just going to stop there. Then we are going to go... I'm going to get this one a minute. And I'm going to run a little test. Nope, this isn't going to work either. My little test was going to be, we're going to have a sort of a spin around. But no, the snow is way too deep for anything to drive quick. It literally is just not going to happen. We're not driving anything quickly while the weather is like this. It's just not going to happen. We'll bring this one round. Again, nothing is driving quickly. Although it's getting a little bit better. Because we've compacted things in here a little bit. It does seem to have made a slight difference. Not a massive amount. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But it has... Look at it joggling around. It's insane. It's made a teensy bit of a difference, I think. If I just bring this... Right. There we go. Now we're talking. Straight line now. We'll bring this one up over to here. And... what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that one over to there. And I'm hoping that we can sort of make a start by moving it to that point. And then I don't really know how well it's going to work. You can do it when you've got a trailer on behind you, and it does kind of work. The only downside with this machine is that it doesn't load a trailer fully. And it doesn't seem to matter what trailer you use and what circumstances you use the trailer in. It never seems to want to load up a trailer completely. It always gets it to like 70 to 80% and then decides to just give up. It doesn't like it anymore. And I've never been able to quite figure out why it does that. It also... yeah, it's not loading the trailer now. It also loads it towards the bottom of the trailer. Always... well, the aim... I mean, if you've got it close to the trailer, it will work fine. But the aim is usually... it's pointing at the bottom of the trailer. Like that. And so... that, I think, is also partly how it doesn't like load it properly. I think that is related to it. Let's bring that back over that way. And then we'll go up into that bit right there. So now, how well is it going to... it's going to start loading it. It's going to start dumping it on the road behind me. Oh, no, it's not. That's still going into the actual trailer, even though the graphic is pointing on the ground below it. Because I don't have the unload anywhere going, it's actually still pushing it into the trailer. I genuinely didn't think it would go that far. I think it would push it that. There, see now... oh no, it's still saying the Tatra Phoenix is the one with the snow. How much further is it going to go? Because this one will eventually... this one holds like 90 litres or something. So it doesn't actually have... you know, like the Brux Chipper has got that whole TARDIS effect where it loads up masses and masses of stuff inside it without it changing. And there we go, Sammy Fortis, snow... oh no, I was saying snow was on a little bit higher. Alright, okay, so far it's doing well. Let's lift that one up. Just up over that step there. Right, now the Sammy Fortis is loaded up. So we'll go back down here and we'll grab this truck. We'll bring it up the hill. Up to about here. I'm actually gonna... I can just squeeze in through there. So we will... okay. I say I can just squeeze in through there. Apparently, I can get completely stuck because this trailer is... fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We're already hopelessly stuck. Let's just go in slowly. We might have to... I'm not really sure how we're going to do this. We're on 88% in that trailer. And this is the point where it's going to start getting... where it's going to start saying that it's too full. It's not. Okay, maybe it only does that when you're trying to load a trailer that you've actually got on the back of your own vehicle. So that is 100% full now. We'll just move this one over a little bit. Actually, when I say move it over, I mean I'm just going to dump it over this way a bit. Right, I'll drop that one there. And then we'll come into this one here. And now what? That is going absolutely nowhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to try a different method. We're going to bulldoze, except I can't get any kind of ramming speed built up. I can do it like that. Okay, that worked. That worked surprisingly well, actually. Let's see if we can go on up and in. Right. This trailer is not going to go up over this hill. It's literally this slope that is causing the problem. So I mean, we might be able to back up there. Before we do that, there's one other thing that I want to do. Now, I did say that I wanted to test what the traffic could do, where the traffic could go, and what it could do. So we're going to back our trailer back up this road all the way as far as we can go. All the way down here. I'm going to get to that corner where those cars are coming out, and I'm going to tip this entire load of snow right in the middle of the road. And it's not... I'm going to do it off to the side slightly because I'm probably going to want to be able to get through here. So if I tip the load of snow over this way, it's not going to cause me any problems. See? It's all part of the dastardly plans that I've got. There, if I bring that over there, I can then bring that round a little bit sharp. That's better. That's better. Bring that one round there. Like this. Actually, I don't need to go any further than that. I can just dump it there. Tip. Bring it up. There we go. Get all the way up. Oh, it's on slow tip. I need to lower it down and press U, and it should do the fast tip. Should tip all the way up then. Nope, it's still on the slow tipping thing. It's because I didn't bring it all the way to the bottom. Go to here and then go grain door, side tip right. Oh, okay, tip side right. Yeah, is the one that we want. And it's working! My dastardly plan is working. Okay, I'm going to bring that up there so then we tip really high. That's better. Right up like that. Lower it back down again. I'm going to go up a bit more. Tip all the way up there. Come on down through. Keep going higher and higher and higher. There we go. Right, we've got quite the wall of snow in there. But seriously? They're going under it. They're actually going under it. Okay, I'm a bit disappointed that they're going under it, but at the same time, I suppose it's not all bad. Now, if you stay where you are, car, I might just be able to get round you. Probably not. Nope, we can go up over you with the trailer. And next, I need to try and get up there. I don't think it's going to happen like this. I think I can, you know, go up here as fast... Oh, I can! I can get in here! Fantastic. Right, well, we'll just leave that one right there, and we'll be able to drive round it now in circles. So this is our next plan, is we want to try and clear a whole load of this area up here. But not all of it. I want to clear some of it. So we've got one pile of snow down on the road. That I want to leave there. I don't want to change that. But I do also, I want to clear like a big area up at this end of this yard. And then dump the snow that we get from clearing this area down the other end. We're going to back all the way down to the other end, and that's where we're going to put it. Because I got a little thing that I want to try. I want to see what happens. I've done this before in other videos, and it sort of works. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it works on this one with the sheer quantity of snow that we've got here. There is a lot of snow on this map. So I'm wondering if it's going to affect the performance of this little thing that I want to do. Now, it's not letting me grab snow too close to the trailer. Because this, you got the wheels on top of the trailer, it does affect how much it lets you put on there. And also because of the amount that I am going to the edge here. I think I've got to, like, load the snow from near the back of the trailer in order for it to just be able to finish loading it completely to get to that 100%. I mean, that's okay, because I can just clear this piece back here, and then we've got room for the trailer to sit on here, which means that we should then be able to start clearing some more of the snow all on, like, each side of it. Bring that up through there. How far can we go forward before it's going to stop blowing it into that trailer? It's still going. That surprises me. We got all the way up to there. Right. We just move you over this side. All the way around. And stop. Right. You wait there a minute and we'll jump in here. We've got 70,000 litres of snow on board. We're going to slowly chug our way down to this end where I want to start building my snow pile. And the idea with this is I want to make a great big heap of snow and, like, pile it all up and then see if the pile of snow will stay there for the whole of the summer. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. It does depend on how things are sort of going with, like, the year. I mean, I've managed to get a pile of snow to stay until, like, the second day of summer, but I think that was on a longer set of seasons. I honestly can't remember now. I did do it a couple times in Dowland Farm. I mean, this great, big, massive heap of snow. And it was fun doing it. Don't get me wrong. It's lots of fun doing it. But, it didn't stay until the following winter. I'd like a pile of snow big enough that it will stay until the following winter. I think that would be a pretty cool thing to be able to do. I mean, it does depend if we stay on this map longer. But, the way... I mean... I know I'm making a vast assumption here, and every time I think I've got a handle on what people are probably going to vote, it does change over. And at the moment, I'm getting... I get the feeling that it doesn't matter what map I suggest, the result is going to be that people want this map, because a lot of you are really genuinely loving this map. I know some of you are getting, you know, a little bit fed up with it, and you do want to change, but most of you seem to really love this map. So I'm sort of working on some slightly longer term plans for some of the things, just so that we've got things that we can keep doing here on this map. I figure it's probably a good idea if we start to have some longer term plans, because it does look like, well, it wouldn't surprise me if we ended up staying here until FS19. And so if we do, we're going to kind of want to have things that we work on and things that we can test and do and things like that. So this is going to be one of them. We're going to build ourselves a nice big snowman, and we're going to see if the snowman will stay here for the whole of the summer, because we've only got it on 3 days, haven't we? And I know that 3 days with seasons, I don't know if snow melts faster when you've got it on 3 days per season instead of like 9 or 12 or something, because if the snow was melting faster, then yeah, it would kind of make sense. You know, you have like set times of the day. And I noticed when there's snow on the ground, when you've got 9 days per season, in particular I noticed this on the Dowland Farm one, there would be set times to the day when a layer of snow would be removed from the map, and you'd lose one layer across the whole map. And if you had a massive, great big pile of snow built right up to the tip point limit, because, you know, I think it's 4 meters deep or 3 meters deep that you can put stuff on the map when you're building up your great big heaps of any materials. It doesn't matter what the material is, there isn't a height limit on the map. And it would take a layer off over everything across the entire map. So it didn't matter how wide a heap you had, you're still losing stuff off the top each time. So eventually that would like work its way all the way down. And I kind of figured, I did do it once, I think, in the Dowland Farm series, where I let the snow melt for a while, but then I went and got the wheel loader and I stacked all the snow back up. I kind of pushed it back up again so that it went back up to the full limit. And I think that actually made it last longer. I think it melted faster if you just left it alone and didn't do anything to it. So I'd like to sort of work on that again. and we'll move the snow around. Once it starts melting, we'll start nudging it around a little bit and see if it makes any significant difference to the way the snow performs and the way that it melts, whether we think that it's melting faster or not. But we're going to need a few trailer loads, so I figure if we just sort of work on this little area here, there's a lot of snow here. We got plenty of snow here, and we can just go through and gather up a few trailer loads. Should be fairly simple, should be fairly easy, I think. We'll go down and we'll have a look at the cars again in a minute and see if they're still all going through the heap or if they're going over the heap. I reckon it's to do with the amount, you know, where the height of the tip trigger, not the tip trigger, where the height of the snow is. So you got like the plane where things would drive on top of it, and I reckon that once it goes above that, then the cars just drive underneath, because they don't actually recognize it, they don't see it, so they just drop down and they use the actual road level. Don't know if that's actually a thing. It's just my theory. I've got this random theory on how everything would work. We'll see in a minute. As soon as I've emptied this out, there we go. Let's put a bit more. There we go. That one's at 100%. So if I've got to move it over here. In order to make this a little bit easier, I'm going to bring that blower thing over this way, and I'm just going to clear a bit of the snow away in front of this great big heap before I do too much more, so that I can drive the lorry in and out a little bit easier. At the moment, it's really struggling to move, and that's not making it very easy for us to do anything at all. I can get that up on there. There we go. Go on, keep going. Back it up. There we go. Right. So now if I bring it, also the whole tipping thing, it does take it out of the truck. It is not the easiest thing for it to do, to tip out of there. Jump out of you. Come over to this one. We'll just clear our little path. It doesn't matter where we put the snow for this. We can just blow it out to the side. But I want to bring this one over here. It's going to go right over to there, and it's going to start blowing a little bit of snow in there. I don't know how far it's going to do. No, it stopped already. Right. Well, in which case, it's not letting me move the spout, though. Right, I've still got the spout in the same place. It's still pointing to the trailer. Now it's moved. No, it's still pointing to the trailer. There. Now it's pointing the way that I want it to. I'm going to just tilt that down a little bit, like that. And I'm going to unload anyway. And then we're going to move in forward, like this, so that we're clearing a bit of space in front of the stack. And it's not going to take much. I don't have to get too much closer, I don't think, to the actual trailer for it to change its mind and want to move elsewhere. It's going to move up the side here so that we can blast some of this down like that. There we go. You still unloading anywhere? It does stop occasionally. That's the only annoying thing about this one, is it does like stop the unload anywhere. It kind of ceases to function every now and then you've got to start it again, and you're never quite sure if it's ceased to function because it's ceased to function or if it's because it's run out of snow. And it can sometimes get a little bit frustrating having to constantly readjust it. So I'll put that one, we'll just go in forward like this. There we go. I don't want to move too much. At the same time, I want to move enough that I can get there. Look at that, see? Now it's just blowing it right behind me because it's picked up where that trailer is. And then it's also gone and altered where I wanted that one. I'll move it over there. We'll have to move the trailer, I think. If we move the trailer right... Actually, I'm not sure where we can move the trailer. Because, look, you got that heat there. Try bringing this one over. It's going to bring the heat round again. Go on. A little bit more. There we go. Right, hopefully that's going to be alright. And then the rest of it, we can just bring that back. And, yeah, it's gonna point it towards the trailer for the rest of this snow. There we go. See, it's already, like, twitched right behind us. But it should... What's it going to do now? Why is it stopping? Stop that much. Is it really... It's amazing just how bad these loads get. Right. I go to that point there. I'm going to stop the unload anywhere now. And it should only point... Yeah, it's pointing it towards the trailer now. Right. Bring that back there, and then we can start loading this trailer. So it's not always the easiest thing to operate, this one, but it's definitely one of my favorites. This is absolutely wonderful, this milling machine. You can pick up anything with it. You can pick up silage, wood chips, all, you know, grains. I mean, literally, you can do everything with this one. It does have that going for it. Like, you can pick up everything. You can go for the solid manure. You can, like, anything that will go on the ground, you can pick up with this one. It's absolutely wonderful in that respect. It does make life so much easier for so many different tasks. Like, I've used this one for loading silage in a clamp, where you get a trailer on the back of this one, and, well, like, you put this on the front of a tractor and you put a trailer on the back, and then you load it. The only downside with that, also doing the same with snow, is that it doesn't actually load the trailer to 100% when it's on the back of the tractor. I don't know why. It's to do with the angles and so on, but it won't quite load it up to 100%. It does load it to about 80%, which is pretty good. It's also quite handy if you want to move silage in bulk and you're able to use a trailer to, if you can tip it out of a trailer when you want to move the silage in bulk. It does work really well. It performs absolutely beautifully for that. You can get through a clamp of silage in record time doing it like that. I mean, I did show this on the Estancia Lapacho episodes. Because what I did was I got one of those B&M trailers and I put that in the neighbouring silo. And then I just drove up and down with this one. And it loaded that trailer up. And then we were able to back it straight over to the silage point and unload straight into it. And it was really, really quick and easy to do that. So that sort of just shows you how effective this one can be. For silage, for something like this, yeah, I think that would be quite believable. It's a milling machine. It is actually based on a real-life thing. I mean, yes, it's not used for shoveling up everything. I mean, you can use this one for moving potatoes and sugar beet. You probably wouldn't want to do that in real life because it's not going to have a particularly good effect on the potatoes and the sugar beet. But definitely silage. There's machines like this used for silage a lot. Wood chips as well would work really well with it. It would perform admirably. I've used it for loading lots and lots of hay and straw pellets when I've been using those from the straw add-on. Doesn't work quite as well with those. Actually, well, it does kind of. It's just the way that it picks them up. It seems to do it a little bit strangely, and it did throw me a bit, to be honest. We'll just go and get a little bit more over there. We've got a nice big area here that we've cleaned now. And what I'm hoping is that any future lots of snow that we bring in here... I realise that I've been doing this for an entire episode. And I didn't actually intend to spend the entire episode doing this, but I've kind of... Well, we've committed now, so we may as well have a day of fun with the snow. And then we'll go and do some other jobs in our next episodes. And we will come back to snow. I mean, we're still not sure if the snow is going to go, like, really deep, or if it's going to go not quite so deep. I mean, it depends, you know, what's going to happen with our next lots of snow. I'm going to go around the other side now. I've kind of reached the limit of where we can blow it into the trailer. Yeah, well, we're not quite sure what's going to happen when it's... I mean, it's due to rain. It says on the thing there that it's going to rain tomorrow. But we're not sure if it's actually going to rain tomorrow or if it's going to come as snow. I mean, the forecast is saying there's going to be 5 degrees in the air temperature. So, in theory, that will fall as rain. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's right. It could be different. And also, we have had it where... you know, that's the air temperature like early mid-afternoon, and the rain doesn't fall until the rain falls early in the morning or later in the day when it's frozen, so it does fall as snow. Well, one last little bit. Nearly done. We'll get 100% in his trailer. That's all I want to do. 100%. It's because of the novelty of getting 100% in the trailer with this machine. You don't normally get to do that. Bring that one up to there, and we'll stop you now. Switch you off. You are quite noisy. Bring you back this way. And we're going to back you right up there and up onto that heap again. Here we go. All the way up. Now, this time, I'm going to try and get it going a little bit with some speed. Go on. Up, 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 up. There we go. Beautifully done. Right. Now, we want to... I mean, this is where you want, like, the pusher thing for the wheel loader. You want to be able to shove this along as you go and fill it all out. You know, the silage pusher for the wheel loader? That silage pusher is absolutely brilliant for handling snow. It's really, really fantastic. Works really well for it. There we go. Push that right up there like that. And all the way out there. We're going to have to bring it down a little bit and then move the top of this. Move the back of the wheels. We'll bring it over this way and we'll start tipping down this side, I think. Tip a bit round there. There we go. We'll start doing another load of it there. That's as high as we're going to go from... Oop, nope, I want to bring that down. There we go. Right. That's our first little bit done. We'll bring this one over to here. We're just going to stop you and not worry about you for a minute. We're going to go and take a little mosey on over this way and have a look at the cars. Oh, no, I know what I'll do. I will take... I'll go and get, actually. I'll go and get... Get... Where is it? No. Seriously? Where is... Ah. I think I did see it. I went into it, but I didn't actually recognize that I'd gone into the thing. I really don't know why we can't pick the snow up from the yard here. This seems a little bit strange. I'm also slightly worried that if anything else is tipped out there in the heat, we're not going to be able to pick that up either. Yeah, so I don't know about that. I don't know what the reason is. It's the reasoning behind it that has me slightly concerned, because it may end up causing us some problems. So at the moment, over here, the cars are going underneath the snow. They're not going over the top of it. And I'd like them to go over the top of it. Now, this wheel loader is absolutely fantastic. It is the strongest wheel loader in the game by far. It has more horsepower than any other. But my goodness me, it is very easy for it to get stuck. I love the way they're smacking into the snowbank and then sort of coming out part way through it. So we'll try and bring this one up over this way. See, this is how difficult it is to drive on the snow. It doesn't take much to get you stuck. I have gotten this one wedged completely, hopelessly onto snow. I did this several times in Dowland. I got all sorts of vehicles wedged on the snow in Dowland Farm. Because they just, it doesn't seem to follow the normal laws of physics or, well, okay, it's Farming Simulator. It doesn't even follow the normal laws of Farming Simulator in this game. I mean, I am able to do it a little bit. But then it doesn't help here that I've got... Oh, I can. Okay. I can at least pull the vehicles round. There. Let's get you back that way. Okay, we are right up on top of the car right there. I'm not sure that that is entirely what we want to be doing. I can move the snow a little bit there, which might make it a little bit easier. No, that's probably not going to make it very much easier, but we can certainly try and bring us up a little bit like this, maybe. There. There we go. Oh, no. Now I'm going the wrong way. I really don't think it's doing that car a lot of good, to be honest. I don't think it's doing that car a lot of good at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure that car is worse for wear on that one. And we've got the cars going up behind us as well. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, we're running out of time for today's episode, so we're going to have to come back to this next week. I just wanted to just shuffle the snow round. I'm sliding further and further down over the car here. Okay, well, we'll have to come back out here and try and sort of go into it from this angle down here. So I'm going to have to go around and hope that we got a little break in the traffic just long enough that I can move a little bit of this. There. Right, we've moved a little bit there. And you can see, look, just coming up over there. I can't go any higher. This is it for me, right? You really genuinely struggle with every movement in the snow. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Everything is a genuine struggle when you've got the snow going up into heaps and you're trying to work your way through it. It looks like we've got one of those points right there that you can't tip into, and those really do make life difficult. If you've got any of those, it really does make you struggle to... Because I've had a couple of those. I think it was actually in Stappenbach Farm. I had a couple of those, and it really makes it a lot more difficult when you're trying to get anything tipped and moved and stuff like that, because you've got this like just vertical wall out of nowhere that makes zero sense whatsoever. And bring that up there, because you can, once you start driving on snow a bit, you can start to like level it out. It does have similar properties to silage, except that it's very slippery to drive on. They've managed to reduce the traction so that it makes it tougher. And look, I'm tipping in there, and it is a vertical wall. So there's a point right there that we can't tip on at all. It's not going to let us do it, which is going to make it a bit more difficult for what I kind of wanted to do here, which was to make this barrier. But I wanted to make it in such a way that the cars were driving on it, and they're not driving on it now. They're just going underneath it, which wasn't what I wanted. Oh well. Okay, let's bring this back this way. If I run back up the road like that, we can put a little bit there. And I've run out of time. We've done lots of playing around with the snow. We'll leave our pile of snow there in that entranceway there. We can do some stuff with that later. We will come back and load up another load or two of snow to put on our great big heap up there, but we're not going to do that in the next episode either. I'm honestly not sure what we're going to do on the next episode, but we'll have a look around and we'll find something to do. Well, we don't actually need to worry about feeding. We probably just like fast forward time a little bit and see what else we can do, because I know we've got some snow up there. I don't really want to spend too much time building a giant snowman, so you know we might just call it quits on that and leave it about there. Where do you want to go for our next 4 weeks? My monthly question. Do you want to stay here on Stappenbach for another 4 weeks after this stint, or would you rather go to Tuscan Lands in Italy, old Slovenian farms, Dutch Polder, or Kleinhau? It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. If you've enjoyed the episode, then please hit down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.